Women's History Month. I want to start by thanking the companies that have supported women in lawn care. They've supported this kickoff. They support the community. I appreciate you. I appreciate the giveaways that you've contributed this month. I also want to thank, as always, my supporters, the audience. You guys are great. I hope that some of these products are something that will fit nicely into your arsenal and complement or just send your lawn to the next level this season. All right, guys, without further ado, let's get this one in the books and have some fun.
Thanks.
Hello.
Lawn on fire.
On fire. I love that part. I had to grab that, man.
Yep.
I had to grab that. Hey, guys, what is up? This is the last one of March, and it's going to be a good one. Start off with the housekeeping. Hope you can support the channel. You help the channel by buying me a coffee because this guy right here was pretty expensive for me to get him on.
Seriously.
So help me send some of that back. Send some of that back. But if you can't, if for whatever reason you can't, there are other ways that you can support creators, not just me, but this guy right here puts in a lot of work. I watch him and I don't know how he does it, but just to support certain ways you can support creators, any of your favorite creators. You can simply like their content.
Yep.
You can share their content. You can comment, which I love the comments. Keep them coming all the time. I love it when people comment. And the biggest one, of course, you can subscribe. It really does help us out, and we appreciate you for that. BYD, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel.
Thank you.
I'm really glad to have you here. I think, you and I chatted, and I told you I was really not happy that I missed you at GIE, but you were on a mission. You were out there getting it done for the people.
Man. I was a workaholic, nonstop.
That's right, nonstop. Getting it done. And we got a lot of people here in the chat today. Everybody,
I can't see how many people are in it. I don't
24 right now. Looks like we got 24.
We need to get it up to 3,000.
Let's get up to 3,000. Let's go, like Dan said. Let's do it. I think I spoke to a bunch of you guys. Lawn Radiance, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Green and Victor, what's up? Good to see you. Victor, you need to get an Instagram account. You don't have one. You're only on YouTube, but I want to see your pictures because I've seen some of it, and I'm sure everybody else wants to see it too. Lynette Tucker, welcome. Thank you for being here tonight. Finger Lakes. I think you know Finger Lakes, right? Finger Lakes Lawn, BYD.
I know everybody.
Oh, you know everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. BYD in the house. And we are here tonight to answer your spring lawn questions. So bring them on. I have some stored from Instagram. A few people asked some questions, so we're gonna get to that. But if you have any questions, throw them in the chat. We're here to chat about it tonight. Spring tips, bring them on. Drew, what's up? Yeah, I send those stickers out to his little girl. I can't wait until she gets them. Some GirlzLawn stickers. Yep. There you go. All right, so excited. CR, welcome in. Yep, make sure you hit that like button. I'm looking for our first question here. If I don't see one, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the questions that we have.
All right.
Actually, you know what? we're gonna pause because I got to start with this first giveaway. First 5 people. People know they come to my live. I don't always give away something, but when I do,
Mm-hmm.
that first 5 is gonna get first dibs, and I already got that set up and ready to go. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do that. So
You giving away a new car? Or? There you go, Grace.
alrighty, Grace. So I believe I have your information, but send it to me again. Just email me, and we will get you taken care of there.
All right, let's give me some questions.
All right, let's see. We're getting to the questions. This is a good one. Yep. Hey, Greg, how you doing tonight? Hey, Joy, latest lawn care in the house. Uncle BYD.
What's up?
All right, lateral
What's
spread.
up, Dan?
Um, so here's a question here from Grace. She saw my video on lateral spread fescue. I do believe it is gonna fill in, but this is my first year really working with it, so I'm gonna leave those spots bare and just kind of watch it and see how long it takes to fill in or if it actually fills
Mm-hmm.
in. So um, let's start. Let's go here. All right, BYD, you got this one. Any tips on using an aerator?
Yeah. My advice is you got three. If you're gonna go to Home Depot or Lowe's, you can rent one. All right. Now they used to be about 70, $80. It might be $100. But if you rent an aerator, make sure you get the insurance that comes with it. Don't leave that place without getting that renter's insurance. It's normally like $10, something like that. That's gonna cover you if it fall off the truck or one of the spikes break or anything goes wrong with it. And I'm not gonna say most of the time, but a lot of times those things are in bad shape when you get them anyway. So you want to make sure that you get the insurance. Check it out before you leave there. Make sure that they show you how to operate it before you even get it home. Now, aerator will beat you up. I'm just gonna be real with
Mm-hmm.
you. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it in the end. Now, as far as I would suggest you just pay somebody to come do
Which is what I did.
it. Yeah, that's what I've been doing the last 2 seasons because I just I got 17,500 square feet, so I'm not doing that no more. I'm not doing that no more. So the best thing is to rent one. Now, if you want to get one of those hand aerators, that's fine. But before you use an aerator, the best thing you need to do is make sure that your lawn or your soil has been watered a couple of days before it's actually aerated. Because if you aerate hard ground, it's just going to bounce up and down. You're not
Yeah.
going to get those 2-3 inch plugs. And if you're in Georgia, you may not even get those type of plugs. But anything over an inch, that's good. But make sure you water it in. Another advice, nothing to do with aerator, but that's the best time to put down your fertilizer to get it to go down in the soil. So after aeration, put your fertilizer down. Do you have to get the cores up? No, they'll break down over time as long as you're mulching or something like that. Can you get the cores up? Yeah, you can if you want to do like some of the other guys in the YouTube videos, especially if you finna top dress it with some soil, sand, or something like that. But yeah, aerator, I'm just gonna be real with you, is not necessary, but if I'm really into lawn care, I'm gonna get the aerator.
Okay. Cool. So BYD, our next question comes from CR. I believe she's in Georgia. She said she had to drive over her car over had to drive over my Bermuda grass and it left bare.
Uh-huh.
Should she
Now
overseed?
I can only assume that it was wet when you did it,
Yeah.
and you may have tracked it out. If it's a hybrid Bermuda grass, listen to me closely. Do not put seeds in your lawn. If you have a hybrid Bermuda grass and you ran over it and you tracked it out or you burned it out, put a bare spot in it, the best thing you can do is just to get some sand, play sand, regular sand, whatever kind of sand you can get. Fill that whole spot in, level it out, and in about 3, 4, 5 weeks, it'll start to fill itself in. As long as you got sun and you fertilize as normal. If you overseed or put seeds, Bermuda seeds, in a bare spot, it's going to be patchy if it takes. It may be light green, not the same texture. It's just not going to look good to you anyway. Now, somebody passing by, they may not notice it, but I personally would not put seeds, use sand or a sand, a landscape mix, what we call it. Got sand in topsoil in it and put it in there. And I'm talking about the soil that has the little broken pieces of wood in it. A lot of people just want to get straight soil that's just nothing but soil, but the ones that have the little pieces of sticks in it, that's going to keep that stuff from washing out when it rains.
Nice.
All right, what we got here? Next question.
I didn't know that. You see that one there that's Victor Green M.
All right.
So instead of scalping your Bermuda, you burned it to take place of the scalping. Do you feel that's better for your lawn, burning it versus?
I didn't burn it to replace scalping.
Okay.
The section you saw burn was 5 inches tall. So there's no way I was going to sit there for 2 days and cut, bag, scalp, all the way down to 1 inch.
So you just burn it.
This is too much work. Now, if you saw that video, it took me, I don't know, 20 minutes to burn 3,000 square feet. Wow. So after I did that, I mulched it in with the lawnmower, and it's starting to grow back now. Now, one of the downfalls of doing that is you're going to have a lot of people be concerned about it. And, oh, it's illegal and all this and that. So check your local laws before you start doing stuff like that. But I stay in the country. They don't care. But burning it does help in a sense. Would not recommend it. I'm not advocating it. But videos like that need to be seen so people know.
Oh, yeah. Options. That was super interesting. I just sat there and watched it burn. It was nice. Yeah. No, I saw BYD Jr. He was like that.
Matter of fact, I think Pete burned his yard a year ago.
Who did?
Pete from GCI.
Oh, okay.
Look that up. Okay. I think he burned his. You know, now he burned way more than what I burned. You know, but that was a controlled burn. If you watch that video,
I saw you pouring
my son liked it
because, the utilities.
Yeah, my son he enjoyed it because he didn't have to scalp it.
Yeah, he was looking like, wow, this is great.
Oh yeah, he liked it. It was cold out there too, and we felt that heat from the fire. I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah. All right, I got a question from Long Radiance. Will I be using PGR again this year? Actually, no. So the Poet Trivialis right now is mainly in my front yard, and that is where I'm doing the ammonium sulfate. I've never used ammonium sulfate, so I don't want to put the PGR on it. I want to observe and see how it works. So and I wasn't super comfortable with using the PGR in the first place. So I don't think I'm going to do it this year. So
now, as for me, I'm using it.
You're using it?
I'm using it.
Are you using it in your lawn or your customers or both?
No. In my lawn. The reason I won't use it in customer's lawn is this, because if the grass don't grow, then they won't want to pay for the next cut. You get what I'm saying? I mean, it's just math, because nobody wants to sign contracts because of just what's going on.
Right.
So if it's not growing and you show up, you go through that. Well, it's not growing, so I don't really need a cut, and your business will go out of business operating with that stuff.
Yeah.
Now, if I own a golf course, it'll be totally different. As far as my lawn, I'm getting tired of cutting it 2-3 times a week. So my new lawn care program is going to be using a plant growth regulator to either the granular or more than likely it's going to be the liquid, the T-Nex, to get my cutting down to just 1 week. Once a week.
Yeah.
Once a week. Because I think what's going on when people are cutting their grass that often, they start to get tired of lawn care, and about halfway through the season, they're burnt out. They're burnt out.
Yeah, I mean, I cut every other day once it starts really growing, and I can see eventually going back to PGR, but not right now. Just yeah.
I'm gonna have to. I did it 1 year, and I liked it, but I couldn't get no content because my grass won't grow.
Okay. All right. Well,
Wait a
we're
minute.
gonna take
Wait a
a
minute. I tell you another thing that's great with like T-necks using on your Bermuda grass.
uh-huh.
If you have Bermuda grass seed heads, some people have a lot more than others. Do you know that will suppress those seed heads? It also suppress poor seed heads also.
Oh wow. In
Now,
Bermuda.
nobody likes poor. I hate poor, but that's just something you may want to know. Also, it helps suppress seed heads of whatever type grass is growing.
Yeah. Okay. Good info. Good info. So we're gonna take a pause here. I'm gonna try to do the giveaways every 10 to 15 minutes. So because we have a few
Okay.
to do, so we're gonna start off here.
All right.
Go ahead and get that set up. We're gonna do the Hydretain video. BYD, maybe you can answer some questions while I can you see the chat?
Who me?
Yeah.
No, no,
All
no.
right. Let's see. Let me get a question up here for you to answer while I get that straight.
Okay. I
Uh
can see it on my phone, but
uh-huh.
I'm trying to go live on Instagram too.
All right. So yeah, BYD is on Instagram too. So there's a question from Dan, 50-50 or sand to level out the ground for warm season.
All right. What was the question again?
He's asking is do you do 50-50 or sand to level out um
If
the ground?
listen, most people, if you're feeding your lawn like you're supposed to, it's gonna be sand. But if you're trying to add some organic matter to it, it could be, well, when I did it, it was like a 60-40, 60 sand, 40% uh, soil. That's when you go to the landscape place, they sell landscape mix, then they sell the regular sand. So their mix was 60-40. But what I've seen over the years, if the lawn is fed like it's supposed to, you don't need all that. You just do straight sand. And that cut your bill down also.
Okay. All right, let's do this first giveaway. It's going to be Hydretain. Uh so yep, there we go. This and this. All right, here we go, guys. Hydretain. It was this one. Do I need? And this is how we're gonna do this here. I'm gonna pick a winner from here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. All right, keep talking, BYD. I gotta go back and fix something.
All right. And if anybody watching this, what's up, Carlos? Anybody watching this, I'm live on Instagram and YouTube. But if you don't know what hydrotain is, guys, that's just, I'll try to explain it easy. It's a chemical that helps bring moisture closer to the roots of the plant or grass or whatever the grass plant roots. And by drawing moisture to the roots, you're not going to water as much. It retains water in the soil. Now, I will tell people this too. Make sure you read that Hydretain bottle, or I use Let's Go Moisture Manager because it has a surfactant built in. Some people spray this stuff in the middle of the day and it'll cook the grass because you're trying to spray it on, I'm just making up a square footage, 10,000 square feet, when I think the bottle covers what, 4,000? I'm not sure what those little bottles cover. But when you spray that stuff, you need to water that stuff so it'll come off the plant leaf because that's not plant food. It's made to get down into the soil.
Yeah.
Now, if you're putting hydrotain down, make sure that the soil is also semi-moist. You don't want to put hydrotain down on a lawn that's completely cooked and you thinking that you're going to water it in because it's not going to work that way.
Yeah.
So I always try to make sure I water mine a couple of days before the soil is loose, so that stuff will get down into the soil once you water it in.
Yeah, another tip now that you mention it that I got from actually the people over at Hydretain when I talked to them, when you use it, we have a tendency, I think all of us do it when we're spraying with that hose end sprayer, we spray down.
Yeah,
It's like don't do that with Hydretain. Spray up. Let it kind of come,
yeah, it's supposed to go up in the
yeah,
air,
up
not
in the,
like you spraying and trying to kill weeds.
yeah, right. All right. I think
Now
we're
it's gonna
good.
be foamy too. You're gonna see little bubbles coming out of it also.
All right, let's try this again, guys. Here we go. Pick a winner. Nope. Technical difficulties, guys. So we're just gonna keep talking about our stuff, and
Yeah,
we'll
just keep
figure this
talking about
out. We'll figure that out. We'll get to it. We're doing the
it.
giveaway.
Uh,
All right.
Guys,
So
you
let's
watch me
let's.
on Instagram. I'm live on YouTube. Girls, say what now?
All right. So let's go with this question.
Hmm.
Tips on fertilizer burn.
Oh man, come on now. So whoever asking this question, you apparently you cannot be watching my channel. I just released a was it a short? I did a short on that
Yeah.
on tips on fertilizer burn. Now I got a full-fledged video on it also. Now this is gonna trick your brain right here. First of all, don't go and put your fertilizer in your spreader on top of your lawn. Make sure you do it on concrete or you do it on a tarp. So just in case you do spill some right there, you don't have to worry about it burning your lawn. Now, if you get out in the lawn and you flip the hopper over and it's everywhere, please listen carefully. Do not take your blower and think that you're going to blow fertilizer and spread it out. When you take that blower, you're going to blow that fertilizer down into the soil. That fertilizer is going to be concentrated in certain areas. When that heat hits it, it's going to cook. Now, in my video, I actually tell you to get a wet dry vac, works best. I got two of them, one for the yard, one for the garage. Take that wet dry vac, suck all the fertilizer up right then and there, every bit of it. Suck every granule up in that area. Then get you some topsoil that contains those sticks. Like Scott's lawn soil has a lot of them little bitty sticks in it, but any kind of compost, anything would do. Spread it over that area real good. Lightly water it. And now I'm talking about Bermuda grass because that grass is going to spread back into those spots with the stolons. May take a couple of weeks, 3-4 weeks, but eventually it's going to fill that spot in. Now, if you got fescue, that's same thing. Suck it up, get it up. My advice is the area that it's in, you need to scratch that soil as hard as you can and then put as much topsoil as you can. And if it's the time of year, then maybe you can overseed it. Now, you know, fescue don't do good down here in Georgia in the summertime. It burns slap up. But
Okay.
yeah, that's my tips on fertilizer burn. You can fix it, but you got to fix it ASAP. You can't wait. Even when I'm out in the field, I have a small wet dry vac that we could plug up just in case some idiot spills fertilizer on somebody's yard, and we could get it up and fix that spot.
Okay. All right. We talked about PRG. We had a question in there about that. So let's see what else we got. We got.
Sprucing up in Georgia, he said he agreed with those tire track tips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean it's the
That's
best way to
Joy.
go.
She's one of the LOL OGs.
Okay, okay.
All right, here we go.
Say she
Let's.
like she yo-yo.
All right, there's one for you. Do I need to apply pre-emergent every year?
Okay, I'm gonna give you some examples. 20 years ago, when nobody applying pre-emergent. Pre-emergent started picking up the last 10 to 15 years. My advice is to get on a strong pre-emergent program to help prevent weeds. It's not necessarily saying it's going to stop every weed in your lawn, but over a period of time, if you put down pre-emergent, you're going to see better results with your grass. Now, you really only got three types. What's that? Diethylpyr, uh, prodiamine, and what's the other one? Somebody help me. And pendimethalin. Now, those normally you'll get those in the big box store. That's mixed in with the pre-emergent there. You also have ixoxibin, but the only place I've seen that is in liquid form, and only one manufacturer I know uses Biovance with that 6-month control. But other than that, I would advise you to put it down. You don't have to, but when your neighbor is crushing thy neighbor and you're trying to figure out why you still have those weeds, it may be a possibility that you didn't put any pre-emergent down. So look at the rates, and that's real tricky. They say Bermuda grass is 0.83 per diamine per season. But when you buying these bags in the big box store, if you follow those labels, it'll tell you can apply every 6 to 8 weeks or something like that, or 2 or 3 times a season.
Now, do
So
you?
I applied in February, March. April 15th, I think I'm throwing down another yard mastery 0.38 per diamine. Now the thiopyr one is actually what really should be going down to Georgia to if you got crabgrass, but I don't have crabgrass in my yard, so the regular prodiamine will help.
All right. Now, do you prefer to spray it, or do you prefer the granules?
Me personally,
Yeah.
granulars is gonna be the best because it's easy. Put
Yeah.
it in the spreader,
I
set
actually
it
like to
down,
spray it.
push.
I like to
I,
spray it.
I, I'm not really a sprayer um, per se, unless you're doing it commercially. Let's get real with it. Commercial use, and they normally just use prodiamine. They might use that spectacle and all the other stuff, but prodiamine itself is cheap. It's easy to apply when they have it. So what you starting to see now is a lot of DIYers using it. The downfall with spraying it is you got to get that stuff watered in. That's 14 days to water it in. No. It needs to be watered in right then and there. With the granular, same thing. It needs to be watered in right then and there. But you still got some leeway with the granular.
Right.
Even if you put it down on a semi-hot day, it's not going to evaporate right then and there. Putting that prodiamine down, the liquid kind, on the leaves, and you don't wash it off the leaves down into the soil.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, it's not a plant food.
Okay.
People think that, but you got to get it down into the soil
Gotcha.
for it to be effective. Now, so I use both. I spray and I do granular, but I just granular costs more for me to do my yard.
Yeah.
That 20-ounce bottle of Yard Mastery prodiamine, that not 20-ounce, 5-ounce bottle at $20, whole lot cheaper. But I just like granular. I just something about it.
Okay. Sounds good to me. I like to spray it. I don't use the dye. I used it that first year and I got it all over the place, so I stopped using it.
Yep. Hey, listen, I just recorded a video today, and I mentioned that in the video about uh, using those dyes. Listen, back in the day, the dye was initially just for spot spraying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now people have gotten to the point where they just want to spray the whole entire yard with it, with the claim of I need to see where I'm spraying.
Yeah.
You can see where you're spraying. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you don't necessarily need it for that, and then it turns into a big mess.
Yeah.
Have I done that before? I did it, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I did it for the views because everybody was into it, so I made a video about it. But
Gotcha.
even in that video, I said this is not really meant to be sprayed over your entire yard. Why do you think they only sell a 4 or 5 ounce bottle of dye at some of these big box stores? It's just for spot spraying.
Right. Okay. Let's see. Do we have anything else in the chat there? Let's see what we got going on. Okay, someone's asking me here.
Mm-hmm.
Victor, what am I
Well,
using on the POA?
well,
I've detailed
so
quite a bit that right now I'm not doing anything else for my Poa trivialis. It's cost me a lot of money. It's costing me a lot of time. And right now I'm just leaving it be. It might spread through the whole yard. I don't know what it's going to do, but I have no more time and money to address it because nothing seems to work. Because even with digging it out, it came back. With the sod, I see it coming back. So it's just, I'm done. I'm pretty much
now
done.
here's the funny part. The video I recorded today was about that, and I don't want to spoil it, but I got 3 steps that can help you control it, not
Hmm.
necessarily get rid of it. But most people don't understand why it keeps coming back.
Right.
Those little white seeds, when you run your lawnmower over it and you're just mulching,
Hmm.
well, all you're doing is spreading seeds all over the yard again. All right. So when it rains, they wash into the soil.
But that's for, you're
Pour seed.
talking specifically about Poa annua right
Mhm.
now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Pour
talking
doesn't
with.
it doesn't go away like that. The seeds don't necessarily germinate the next season. Some of those seeds may take 2 or 3 seasons to germinate. So it's a hard weed to get out the lawn. If it was that easy, when I hear some of these other guys talk about it, why is everybody talking about it? It's almost worse than Dallas grass.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My backyard is littered with it because my backyard sits in the shade and it's on compacted soil. I got Georgia clay.
Hmm.
So those seeds, they don't really bury deep in that Georgia clay. They sit right there at the top. And when you have hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold weather, some germinate, some don't. But when the weather keeps going roller coaster and up and down, they keep germinating. So the best thing you can do is put down a pre-emergent. Now, pre-emergent is not going to get. I'm sorry, that weed right there, it is freaking hard to stop, even with pre-emergent.
Hmm.
It's just one of those things where people who have a lot of it in their yard, my recommendation is to make sure you bag every time you cut your lawn until it goes away. Now, when it gets about 80, 85 degrees consistently, then it tends to fry out the yard, which I'm not in the yard, but it disappears. It dies off.
Gotcha.
They call it poor so-called annual, but it seems like it's poor perennial.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
keeps coming back.
All right. So we have a question from Brian Lacey. Any thoughts on granular versus RTS weed and feeds?
I don't know what RTS weed and feed is. What is
Yeah,
that?
I don't know what that is either. I thought maybe you would know.
Tell me what RTS weed and feed is, and I might be able to answer that question.
So we got it. Rich Too Bad. I don't know if you know him.
What's up, Rich? Now that guy's supposed to be at work right now, so I don't know.
But he's here. Hey, Rich.
He might be in his truck watching it on TV. What's up, Rich?
Hey, Justin. What's up? How you doing?
The lawn whisperer. Didn't I see him right there?
Yeah, yeah, he's in here. That's
You know
Justin.
who LL? You know what LL Cool J? Well, you know what LL stands for in Cool J?
No,
PJ, come on. Are you serious?
I don't. Sorry.
Okay, that's what they need to
Oh yeah, I
call
do.
the lawn.
Ladies love. Yeah.
There you go. That's what they call the lawn whisperer.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Oh man, ladies be all over him. I be reading some of his comments, and it don't be nothing but women. He know what I'm
Okay.
talking about. He said something on what was it? The stories about. I'm not gonna say that, but I believe a woman asked him that question. But go ahead.
All right.
Now, Rich said, "Can I talk about real Moors versus rotary Moor?" Listen, here's the story. Real Moors garner a lot of attention on YouTube. Those Aussies, that's all they use, and they get millions of views on that. My only problem is you don't have a real Moor. So why are you watching real Moor videos trying to seek advice? A real Moor can cost anywhere a good one, anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000. Then you got to buy all those cartridges. I'm not going to invest that amount of time. Now I want one. Don't get me wrong, I
Mm-hmm.
want one, but that's not going to be my first choice to go out and get one. Ask anybody who owns a real Moor about the maintenance. If you're not going to be committed to it and cut once, twice, 2 to 3 times a week, don't get that. Then you got to get your yard completely leveled for it won't be gashing out when you're using it. It's just a big hassle. For its rotary mowers, the complaint is I see a lot of swirl marks. With Bermuda grass, if you keep it cut low like you're supposed to, and you keep those blades sharpened, you can reduce that. Now, generally, if you get swirl marks, a day or two, well, I say 2 days later, they're gone out the yard. But 98% or 95% of America has rotary mowers. I live in a subdivision that got over 100 plus houses, and not one person over here has a real mower. So the better investment would be for the average homeowner is to get you a good rotary mower. The question should be gas or battery.
Yeah, that's the big question these days.
Exactly.
All right. Uh, let's see.
Bust that, Rich.
Oh yeah, CR. Thank you, CR. She put your trailer, your fertilizer video in there for
There
you.
you go.
Um, Aldo, pro tip: fill your hopper on concrete. Yep, exactly. All right, so I had another comment in here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and close him out, and let's look at this one.
Mm-hmm.
about watering in the spring. I'm
Yeah.
assuming this is versus summer. You don't need as much water in the spring because you have the spring rains and everything. But you have any tips there?
Yes. Here's my advice. If it's raining, do not turn your sprinkler system on at all if you have a Bermuda yard. You do not need to water your Bermuda grass 2 to 3 times a week. Last year, and maybe 3 seasons ago, and I'm gonna say last year in particular, I did not water my grass one freaking time. The only time I watered was when I was putting down a new application, a product or something like that. I want to make sure it got watered in. You don't need to water as much as in the spring because you got spring showers. If you keep overwatering your Bermuda grass, you're going to train that grass to always want water. So the first sign of a drought, even though it's Bermuda, it's going to start to burn up or dry out. Now, when the drought comes here, technically, I may water a week or two before I know the drought is coming. But when the drought hits my area, I let it go, PJ.
Hmm.
The only thing I try to do is recover it. It's like a 7-0-20 when I know rain is starting to come. And generally, after a week or two, if we get 3-4 good days of soaking rain, it'll come back. That's Bermuda grass. Now, that fescue, that's I hand it over to PJ. So,
Well, I mean, we have the spring rains, right? So you don't
yeah,
need to water as much in the spring as you may have to water in the summer. But again, the Hydretain will help you with that. I shared this tip in a previous live that, in talking to Ecologel, I didn't realize that I could use Hydretain or I should be using Hydretain year round to help with that, water conservation.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
you just have to measure. I think my personally, what I am doing is I'm making sure I get at least an inch. During the spring, I'm getting at least an inch of water per week
Mm-hmm.
on the grass. And when it warms up, I probably, 1.5 to 2 inches on there. So,
Yeah. But yeah, you don't need as much in the spring. Summer, you may need a little bit more because it is what it is. It's just
hmm,
hot.
yeah.
Soil dries out. Now I did a video talking about that. Well, let's go moisture manager, and I said somebody asked me the question: should I be watering my lawn in the wintertime, late fall, winter? No, don't water it at all. But I did bring in the Hydretain or let's go moisture manager situation. If you use that, that can help also. But Bermuda grass really doesn't need as much water as people think that it needs. You have to train your yard just like you train a dog to use the bathroom. If you don't train that dog to use the bathroom, you let them go pee four times a day just for no reason, and that's what they're gonna get used to.
Hmm.
But if that dog knows it can only go once or twice, the body and the mind starts to change. I said this once before. Your grass has a brain. Train it, and you don't need as much water. I watered one season, and my water bill was $180 every month. Won't
Yeah,
do that
that's a
again.
lot.
Yeah, won't do that again. You know
Yeah.
how many pair of Jordans I could have got with that?
Yeah,
No.
quite a few. All right, we got a question for you, Fairway Bermuda. Wants to know, do you test your soil and how often?
I tested my soil 4 years ago. Actually, I'm working on a video is about can you use the store-bought soil test to test your soil if you don't want to wait. A lot of people want that answer right then and there. But generally, me personally, this is my advice. You don't need a soil test every year. If you're getting great results on the fertilization program you're on, then what are you trying to find out from your soil test? If that was the case, all these manufacturers would put soil tests on their bags. When you buy your fertilizers in your region, generally they're going to have the right fertilizer for your region. That's why you see some regions have uh, just 1601 or 1623 or something like that. Texas, they have fertilizer that has phosphorus in it, low amounts. But I always wondered why, but it's because it's just that soil gets cooked over there. So even getting a soil test in Texas 2 months later, it's not, you're going to have different readings. Get one, see if you can follow that. And most of those soil tests will give you fertilizers numbers that you can't even get, custom blended, but it is what it is. I get one maybe once every 4 or 5 years, me personally, because I'm just getting the great results with the fertilizers I'm using. And having said that too, I got an eye for it. I can look at stuff and kind of tell what's going on with the grass and the soil.
Okay.
But do you need one every year? That's up to you. If you feel like you need one, then do it. But if you get one and you every year you keep getting great results using Scott's, Yard Mastery, Let's Go, Hybrids, or whatever, just keep doing what you're doing.
Okay. Here's another question for you. BYD should get on. Oh no, it's not a question. Should get on Tribute Total program for the next 3 years for Dali.
Yeah, and it's an arm and a leg. It's an arm and a leg. Let me
It's
tell you how I defeated Dallas grass. I got a video for it. But what I did was when the grass went dormant, Bermuda grass, that is, when it went dormant and the Dallas grass leaves were still there, I went and scorched it, sprayed that whole yard. Well, not that whole yard, one side of it as a test. 2 years into it, no Dallas grass on that lawn. We did hurt the Bermuda. I won't lie. We did hurt the Bermuda, no lie. But with some more topsoil, it fixed itself. Tribute Total costs an arm and a leg. Matter of fact, I think that's what what's that? Scott's, whatever it is. That's what the guy in my area was using.
Okay.
But $400-$500 a bottle.
That's a lot to spend on anything.
Yeah. And that's the one thing that bothers me with all this lawn care stuff is a lot of these people watch these videos and they see these products and they think that it's a good deal, but the average person can't spend
that kind of money.
$1,200 on a lawn care program.
Right.
That's ridiculous. Well, how you feed your family? I mean, seriously, it costs me over $100+ a week just to put gas in my truck now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm at $500 a month in just gas. No way I can go out and spend $400 or $500. I find low cost effective ways to get rid of these things, man.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Aldo is saying that PGR and real mowing go hand in hand. Yeah, I would imagine that makes sense.
Yeah. It's a must. That's the other thing. Okay, so you put the PGR down, plant growth regulator. Yeah, you gotta normally spray that once a month. Okay, a bottle of T-Nex costs anywhere from $140 to $180. That's the cheap. That's not Podium. Podium is $350, $400 a bottle. Do you get what I'm saying about this real mowing sensation? I know so many guys that went and bought those lawnmowers and don't even use them more because they don't have the time.
Right. All right. So let's see. Couple people. We got a lot of people in here that do real mowing though.
Papa Molo.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yep. Doing that mowing. I can't see myself dealing with that.
Nah.
Unless I move somewhere where I have, that type of grass, but here, nah.
Nah, it's not gonna be an investment. Now I see a lot of YouTubers with it. Mm-hmm. And like I said, they garner a lot of attention for the videos, but you take 100 people watching this video right here, you may have Papa Molo and about 8 more people with real mowers and this and that. Mm-hmm. Great investment for you guys, but for the average homeowner, I just couldn't do it.
Yeah. So we got a
best way to self-sharpen a blade. They got those little sharpeners that you put on your drill bit. Tilt your lawnmower, if it's a big one, it's a little 21-inch, turn it to the side. Battery, don't matter what side. Gas, make sure you put it where the carburetor's up top, and you can sharpen your blades that way. That's the easiest way. Now, I'm not gonna say the best way, but that's the easiest way right there. The best way, if you're a novice to it, is to take it off, take it to a lawnmower shop, and let them sharpen it and put it on the balancer. Now, you can either take the whole lawnmower there, or you can take the blade itself. Just note that if you take that whole lawnmower, they're going to charge you a little bit more because they got to take the blade off. But at that point, you just need to get a new blade.
So, MDC, I just watched a video recently. I think John Perry the Green County Fert channel. He did a video, I believe, on that. Um, I think it's something called like the 5 cheapest ways to sharpen your blade. But I actually use the American Blade Sharpener, which I absolutely love, and I started
Mm-hmm.
using it because I took my blades into this shop and I just wasn't treated very nicely in the shop. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna figure out how to do this myself. And
Yeah.
that jig was like the best thing that I could have come across. It's not cheap at all, but it works great for me. And that is actually one of the things we were going to give away tonight. And it's still going to. We may not do it in the live. Um,
Okay.
yeah, because I got to do some troubleshooting. So we'll just sit here and talk lawn. But I will record it once I get it going and then just share it
Yep.
out for all the winners. But yeah, lots of different ways to sharpen your blades out there. Hey, Mike, what's up? Lawn Addictions. Let's see. Patrick Connor, first time watching. I'm in Indiana, never
Mm-hmm.
used a Thatcher before. I can see dead grass throughout the yard. I just bought a new Honda gas mower, new striper. Should I thatch? That's a good question. I think you and I have different opinions on possibly on the dethatching in the spring.
What type of grass does he have?
Yeah, we would need to know that. If it's like saying you don't dethatch St. Augustine and you don't dethatch Bermuda, right?
You can dethatch Bermuda. St. Augustine, I don't know of anybody that's really doing that, but I don't recommend detaching Bermuda unless you just have let it just get out of control. The thatch layer is over an inch. All right. Here's what happens when you dethatch Bermuda grass. You possibly end up tearing stolons out the ground. All right.
Mm-hmm.
It's
This
going
is
to be a
I
longer
know.
recovery, but it will recover. I dethatched last season with the Greenworks, the one that you plug in. I forgot what is it. I don't forgot the wattage of it, but and it worked pretty good. Now, at the end of the season, both sides of my yard looked the same. And I put 2 hours in
Yeah,
dethatching 3,000 square feet. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
So when you dethatch, it's almost like the same as you scalping. I had so much dead clippings and wash lines and wash up from that. And it takes a while for all that stuff to stop until the grass grow in. My recommendation is to aerate the crap out of your lawn, core aerate, where you pull the plugs out the ground, put down some type of fertilizer or some type of organic matter, that grass will break down. A lot of people don't believe it because they haven't done it, but I've been doing this for over 30 years and no way I'm dethatching anybody's yard. Did it a couple of times. It's not so much a waste of money. It's a cute YouTube video and it does what it's supposed to do. It gets up a lot of the dead debris, thatch, so you can kind of see your soil or whatever. Yeah, your fertilizer will get down in the soil a whole lot faster, but it's no different from you aerating the crap out of it and
yeah,
putting down that fertilizer, and it's still gonna get there. Air, water, all that stuff. So, from a time saving point, I'm not dethatching my lawn. I do it for a video, but it's just not something that I recommend anybody would do. As a matter of fact, if you look up that video, just type in dethatch lawn Bermuda grass central, that video will come up. And I even think I say in the video, this is not necessary.
yeah. It's very labor intensive and it's not something I look forward to. But I do it. I do it. I actually I mulch most of the season, but with this,
Mm-hmm.
you know, if I have any issues, which last year I had some disease issues, some fungus issues, so
Yep.
I didn't, and so I did dethatch in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hey, Rich, too bad those Cujo are on point, and I am not just saying that. I personally, with these Cujos, I experienced. I had these or they were like these New Balance boots that I used to wear. And every
Okay.
day coming back in from, yard work, I was hurting. I could barely walk. My lower back was killing me. I got the
Mm-hmm.
Cujos as a gift and I did not experience that back issue anymore. And I work out
Yeah.
in the yard like 2 and 3 hours at a time.
Yeah.
So
Most comfortable lawn care shoes I've ever owned. And I used to wear Wolverine a lot, okay?
Hmm.
And most of my Wolverine boots run anywhere from 150 to $200. As a landscaper, where these kids are crying about buying a pair of Jordans that cost $200, $300, well, landscape boots, we throw them away yearly. They last 9 months, maybe 12. They just you break you thread them out. You change the shape of them. One of the things I've been able to do with that Cujo shoes is get a little bit longer life out of them. Now I do have quite a few of them, as does PJ. I see,
Yeah.
but yeah, best pair of work shoes. I mean, lawn care shoes to have. If you're into lawn care, you need to get these shoes. That's all I can tell you.
Okay. I agree. I agree with that. She
Mm-hmm.
mows and landscapes. Yeah, we're BYD's got a premiere coming up here, so we're gonna get through this as quickly as possible. Again, like I said, I will do a separate video
Mm-hmm.
presentation for the giveaways that will be happening tonight. I just want to
Yep.
get all of you guys' questions in, and we're close to quitting time. She mows and landscape. Hey, thank you for joining us. Better late than never. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Joy, Bermuda, and fescue, and trying Hydretain for the first time this year. When should I start using it? Like I said, I mean, it can be used. So they
It
say
can
that
be
it
used
lasts.
yearly. I mean,
Yeah,
all year long. You
all
can. I
year
wouldn't be
long.
spraying it in the wintertime while it's snowing, but you
Yeah.
can use it
So
pretty
my
much all
plan
year
is
long.
actually to use it every 70 days because you can go up to 90 days.
Yeah,
So
but
I'll do,
I wouldn't push it 90. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I'll do every 70 days for mine. Um, Jacob, Lawn Freedom, welcome. I think you just got a new Instagram account. You won
Okay.
KOTG Lawn of the Week, if I'm not mistaken.
All
Uh,
right.
welcome.
What kind of grass does he have though? To ask
Yeah,
that
what
question.
kind of grass do you have, Jacob? Before we can answer that, the aeration question. Uh, but yarn. I think I missed something there, so I don't know what that conversation right there is about.
Yeah. Aldo, he said, but YM and GCF first are better deals with question mark. Come on. Never said it was a better deal. I just said that's a product that I use that
Oh,
works.
okay.
Yeah, you got to understand the difference, and that's what a lot of people they screaming prices, this and that. But sometimes you get what you pay for. It's just that simple. You're gonna pay a little bit more for a better fertilizer. Is that, or use if you've been getting results with the cheap fertilizer? I tell somebody keep using.
Hmm. Yeah, it's about preference. Like you have to, your lawn is gonna tell you what you need and what it likes. So
Yeah,
go with it.
yeah,
I'm beyond my experimental stage. I know what I'm using on my lawn, and I'm gonna stick with
exactly,
it.
exactly.
um, John Robb says that the soil test can send you down a rabbit hole, and they absolutely can. But it is data. It's accurate
Yeah,
data about your soil. So you just have to make the right call on what you're putting in there based on the soil test. So, let's see. Everybody's in here. All right,
come
here
on,
we go.
guys, ask
Here
some
we,
questions.
uh, BYD, do you add in carbon products to your lawn, and what brand do you
The
use?
carbon product you see me add to my yard was when I set it on fire. Free biochar when I set it on fire. But no, I don't specifically go out looking for products that says carbon, this and that. If whatever's in that fertilizer is what I'm going to use. Now I've been using Yard Mastery, Let's Go, and I'm trying to think what else. Sunnyland. Now I don't see any carbon added in that. So I don't necessarily need that. I'll tell most people if you cut your lawn on a regular basis and you mulch every now and then, rotate bag, mulch. If you got a lot of weeds, always bag. But your yard will fix itself as long as you keep a sharp blade on there and you are cutting that grass. Now, all this humic acid and all that stuff, you know, it works, but goes back to what PJ said. It's going to be your preference. If you use any carbon products and you're getting great results, keep using that product and stay with it. Don't keep switching lawn care programs because I'm talking Yard Mastery, PJ talking hybrids, um, Ron Henry talking, what is it, Mitch something. I
Yeah,
don't know the name of it, but it's a
Miramichi,
really
I
expensive
believe.
fertilizer. What is it called?
Miramichi, I believe. Is that?
Yeah, something like that. But if you're using those products and they work, fine. If you want to try carbon, try it. Me personally, I cannot recommend any product that says, "Hey, put this carbon on there." I can't.
Okay. All right. John Robb says, I see you showing all the Ryobi tools. Do you think they're coming for the battery power crown?
Um, Let me tell you something. I stay in Home Depot and Lowe's and just everywhere, right? Ryobi has stepped their game up. I mean, majorly. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. They are. They're going for the crown. They're going for it. I'm just gonna be real with you. They're going for it. For its versatility. Not saying it's gonna be the best battery thing out there. I bought a what's that lawnmower? PJ, you got it. The Eagle Mower.
Hmm.
I spent $650 on my own money. Came with one battery, and I may have cut my grass maybe 7 or 8 times in the last 2 seasons with it.
Hmm.
Don't really like the way that lawnmower operates, but it has great battery life.
Yeah.
Now the I got an Ryobi crosscut. I hadn't actually I used it a couple of times. If you follow me on Instagram, you see me using that more. Hadn't brought it to YouTube yet because I'm the one who like to test it. I can tell you this: the batteries on that thing charge super fast, and they last just as long as the rest of them. And it comes with two. Well, I don't necessarily know if it comes with two, but it can hold two 6 amp batteries, and they charge so quick it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
As far as the Greenworks, everybody knows I love that 20. It's the best battery lawnmower right now that I've used is that 25-inch Greenworks dual battery 60-volt mower.
Yeah.
That thing is freaking awesome. The only downfall, it does not side discharge. It doesn't even have the option for it.
Hmm.
But Ryobi is coming for the battery crown. I'm here to tell you.
What is the advantage of side discharge anyway?
Side discharging allows the lawnmower to run at maximum. Not okay. Let's say you got a lawnmower that has 6 horsepower.
Hmm.
If you mulch, you're running. I'm making up numbers, but you mulch, you may be running at 4.5.
Hmm.
All right. If you bag, you may be bagging at 5.5. If you side discharge, you may actually get the full 6 horsepower because there's no air restriction. It's like somebody with a car, you take the catalytic converters off of it and you run it from the manifold straight out the back of the car. You're going to pick up a few more horsepower than the guy who got a catalytic converter on his. So side discharging works if you cut it consistently, but that used to be the mower of choice back in the day.
Right.
There were no 3-in-1 mowers. It was side discharge. You couldn't even adjust the height. You just cut. So as the things go, the future happens. That's when all this mulching and it's great for your yard and all this and that and bagging. Great if you don't want weed seeds to get in your yard, or bagging if you don't want thatch to build up in your yard, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that was the purpose of side discharge. It frees up the engine.
Okay. That's good information to have. All right. So India is asking. I'm
Mhm.
assuming she's talking to both of us here. Are you taking away or changing up anything due to increases in materials to see if you can obtain the same results?
Yeah, me personally, I'm using the PGR this season. Now, not in the beginning of spring. I gotta wait till it actively really get to growing. So mid May, somewhere around there, I may start using it. But I'm using that to reduce the amount of mowing, um, save more of my battery life, save my just discharge or bag and pile while put my leaves or clippings and all that stuff. Just trying to cut back that way because I don't have recycle pickup in my area.
Hmm.
Those recycle bags where you dump it over in the
Yeah.
bag. So I got woods, but I'm trying to reduce that also.
Yeah. Yeah. That can be
It
bad.
is what it is, but that's what I'm doing to reduce, as far as physical results and stuff like that.
All right.
This man said, "Hey
Hey,
boo."
boo. He was talking to someone else in the chat. think he was talking to Vince.
Okay.
Yeah. I just I figured I'd want to take that for us. Um, so Dan, the lawn man, yeah, trying to decide between Ryobi and Toro. You've used Toro. You have Toro machine mowers,
Who,
right?
me?
Or equipment? Yeah.
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 Now, is he talking about the little 21 inch or?
I think he's just in general like the tools because usually when when you make this decision, you have to decide because you got an ecosystem you got to
If
deal with.
okay, if I'm gonna make the eco decision, you're gonna go with Ariobi. They got way more tools, way more tools. I mean, it is what it is.
Wow. I haven't been at Home Depot in a while, so I didn't know that. So they all
Yeah.
Ryobi'd out, huh?
Oh, didn't I just tell you I stay in Home Depot? That's their headquarters, REOB headquarters. They got so many tools, it's ridiculous. Now, I never thought of REOB being a top brand per se into the last couple of seasons because I just been seeing them, the Instagram, going in the store. I reached out to them. They said, okay, you don't believe in us. We'll send you a lawnmower. I got the lawnmower. I was like, oh my God, I'm impressed. Now the one I got actually is made in the US. I think they got some made overseas, but that new fleet they got, the all-wheel drive, the cross cut, and I think two more are actually made in some kind of factory here in the United States. And it has made in the US badging all over it. That's what drove me towards it because I like those made in the US products.
Hmm. Okay. I've never used any Ryobi tools, so
Mm-hmm.
um, Motivated says Ryobi keeps me crispy. There you go.
Yes,
Then
they do.
stick with what keeps
Man,
you crispy,
you
man.
know I got the backpack. I got the Ariobi more. I got the Ariobi backpack sprayer,
Hmm.
and I got the Ariobi hand spreader. That hand spreader.
I saw
Oh
that.
my,
That looks interesting.
oh my God! Wait till y'all see the video. That's
I
all I
want.
can tell you. Wait
When
till
is
you see
that
the
video
video.
coming out? Because I want. I do want. I'm interested in that one.
I'm working on it, but the issue is I need my grass to grow so I can put some further. Further, you get what I'm saying? So within, I'm maybe in the next couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, I'm gonna try to put that one together. But that I'm just gonna spoil it for you. Way better than Scott's.
Yeah.
Way better than Scott's. But if you have Scott's fertilizer, buy the Scott's spreader because the settings are on the bag and it's foolproof. You can't go wrong.
Right. Yeah. Well, no. Well,
I know you
no.
hybrids.
I don't want to agree too much with that one, but yeah. All right, guys. I know you have a premiere coming up at 9:15. Everybody who's in here, go
Yeah, we
over.
got time. We
Yeah,
got
we,
we
we got
got
a few more minutes, but I want
we got a few
everybody to
more
go
minutes.
over and catch BYD's premiere and yeah, and I will commit to getting that video out tonight of the giveaway. But we
Okay.
had a little bit more time here. Let's see, Daniel. Well, I'm talking lawn equipment only. New Ryobi stuff is awesome, but Toro is so well known and quality. I can't speak on Ryobi. I do.
I can speak on both of them.
Yeah. So that
Both
there you go.
are made. My commercial fleet is Toro. All right. Ariobi doesn't make commercial fleet lawnmowers yet, and they're gas. As far as the homeowners version, I, you have to experience the Ariobi best fold handle in the freaking game. It's built solid. The wire management is flawless. There's no loose wires. The Toro, the advantage Toro has is that self pace thing. That's kind of where they set themselves apart from some of the other manufacturers. And I think they got a patent on that too.
But the ego self-paced thing is pretty good too.
Yeah, but the cut is suspect. You get what I'm saying? So even
I've
with all
never
those great
experienced a problem
features,
with it.
if I gotta cut my grass when it's growing now, when it's dormant, then I will use the ego. But with the bumpy my yard is, and the ego more bounces up and down, left and right. That
It
Ariobi has a steel deck on it.
it does,
It
but
doesn't bounce.
well, I found out. I think Ego makes a steel deck one, but I believe it's for
Yeah, but that's
commercial.
the one with the dual battery on it.
Mm, okay.
And who's gonna spend that money?
Not me.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even when I reached out to him, I said, "Hey, the front of this lawnmower is too light. Y'all need to add some weight back to the front of it to keep it from bouncing." Now, if you got poor in your yard and you hit those pores, it's bouncing all over the places when they're young. You know what I'm saying? On a Bermuda grass, but still, that those are coming back also. If you don't know, because the Toro 21-inch that Vortex I got,
Hmm.
that's still deck. The Greenworks, all those are steel decks.
Yeah.
That green machine I got, that's a steel deck.
Yeah. The steel deck is,
It,
yeah, it's nice.
yeah, you get a better cut. It's
Yeah.
just that simple.
And I when I did my comparison, I mentioned that the cut
Mm-hmm.
seemed better with the Toro one blade than with the Ego two blade. So,
Exactly.
Longineer Vince wants to know what's new for this season for you, BYG, or
Other than the me using the PGR, you'll see more of that green machine lawnmower. I'm going to try to run it maybe 50% of the season. Um, I'm trying to come out with a fertilizer program that you won't have to cut as often. That's pretty much it.
okay. So MDC thinks the Ego does top Ryobi. So we had a lot of different opinions in here.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be what you like. But my only question is, have you used the Ryobi or Ryobi to make that statement? Have you only used the Ego more and you're saying it tops Ryobi?
Right. Yeah.
I've used both of them, and I'll take that Ryobi over Ego any day.
Hmm.
It's cheaper too.
All right. Covington Turf Management. Any updates on the Ryobi Dethatcher U.S. release date? You know anything about the Dethatcher? I think
No, I know I saw the
Alan
lawn
has
care
it.
nut and a
Yeah,
few
Alan
guys
has it.
yeah use it, but I hadn't heard anything else about it.
Okay. Let's see.
Because they use that overseas. I know it's overseas. They got that dethatcher overseas, but I don't know why. What's the holdup for the U.S.?
We got a lot of people coming in late, but you guys, we're about to hop off of here in a second.
Yeah. No, tell them to shoot. Ask them questions.
They're
Shotgun
asking
these questions.
questions.
Hurry up.
And then Yarbra, he's like, Ego poops on Ryobi. Hey,
Hey, he may have a point, but I still he put the JK back there, but I still hold firm to that. If you haven't used both of the products, you can't speak on which one is better. That's why when people ask me comparison, I think a guy asked me today, what is a better how do I feel about the commercial battery mowers? I said I've only tested a few of them, but no one wants to give me one to test all season. Now that in itself tells me something ain't right. You get what I'm saying? Give me that lawnmower. Let me test it all season, like I normally do with all my lawnmowers. If you follow me with that Greenworks, you see me 2 seasons strong. Tell you every single thing about that. That green machine, I've been doing the same thing, just breaking it in piece by piece, telling you everything about it.
that green
That
machine
Toro I
looks
got,
like
you're gonna see that
a
live on the
beast.
channel also.
That green machine looks like a beast. I'd love to run one of those. It's 25. It's a 25-inch deck, right?
No, it's 23-inch.
23. Okay. Okay.
It's a 23-inch single blade. The only downfall with the green machine, I can tell you this, is they only offer a 2.5 and a 4 amp battery.
Hmm.
You gotta come with a 5, 6, 7, 8 now in 2022.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just that simple. And there's no dual battery option on that. It's just a single battery more. So if you're gonna get one, you need two batteries.
Now, do you know if you can put a stripe kit on the Ryobi? Because as Yardbrush says here, we both have the Ego and we have that, big league stripe kit now.
Yeah, me
And
personally, I hadn't seen anybody talk about a strike kit
okay.
for that in particular. I don't even know. I don't think they would probably even make one anytime soon.
Oh
You're gonna
no,
see somebody create one.
big league might. I mean, so what's really interesting in case anybody here is in the same situation I'm in, the stripe kit for the Ego is the same size. It's the same one for the Toro push mowers. You just have to
Mm-hmm.
get different hardware to connect them. And I didn't know that. I actually bought two.
Okay.
Now I'm
Yeah.
selling one. So that's good to know. What's up, Grass Geek? Here's Ryobi. I
Mm-hmm.
can't hate on it. Did a pretty good job. Yep. Hey,
All
if
right,
it
guys.
works,
I'm signing out of this live stream. See you on YouTube on my
if
premiere.
it works, it works. Um,
Mhm.
so
Any more
Ryobi
questions?
does have a striping kit. I've never seen it. So
Me either.
let's see. Hey, what's up, Abigail and Jacqueline? Trying out the eco. Okay, can't wait to see how it goes. Well, I hope you put out some content on it. We'd love to know how it goes. 56 volt. Everybody's getting into the battery game. There you go.
Everybody. Listen,
Right.
you saw it when we was at GIE.
Yep.
Everybody, everybody was doing battery. I've been screaming battery for 2 years before this, and everybody was clowning me. Oh, that's blah. I said, I'm telling you, we are going battery. Now, I'm gonna answer this question real quick because we got like 3 more minutes. The question was, well, battery doesn't put out enough power. That's one of the reasons I want to introduce this lawn care program where you use PGR. If you mow in your yard like you're supposed to, once a week, twice a week, consistently with a sharp blade, it's not going to matter if you're using battery or gas. The battery mower is going to work regardless. The battery mower is not meant for you to go and try to knock down 5 inches of grass. It's not going to handle it. It's going to cut off. It's going to take you forever because you're going to have to cut it down an inch at a time until you finally get it there. So don't let that grass get away from you if you got a battery mower.
Very good. All right. I think, our comments have slowed and we're good. And we'll let you go and hop on over to what you're
Come
doing.
on, we got 2 more minutes. Find something. Ask me something.
I love talking to you guys. BYD loves
Yeah,
talking to you guys. So I think
yeah.
BYD needs to do a live on his channel. How about that?
I suck at live.
You
Only
like
live I
talking
do
to the
is on
people?
Instagram because I can just be outside and be like, "Oh, this is interesting," and start doing a live. But I mean, you got all the posters in the background, and I can't do all of that.
You don't need
It's,
all of that though. You don't
it's
need
a,
all of that. You just get on
hold
there and
on. What's the
talk to the
steel
people.
cut? What does steel cut say right here?
Um, New Makitas. I don't know what a Makita is.
I mean, it's just a different brand. I think that color's like blue and black or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know what that's.
Yeah,
All right. Any
that's
more questions?
nothing for me. I will say that I probably won't be doing any lives anytime soon. I have a lot of stuff going on for the season. I don't know if I
All right.
do. Might be an impromptu one. You guys join me. I want you guys to come up here with me and we can just chat about what we got going on for that week or something. But no more playing lives for now. So I
All right.
appreciate everybody who's come in here. I really appreciate you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, PJ and BYD. Enjoyed the night. Sweet. We enjoyed you guys. Enjoyed
All
having
right. Now, before you guys get up out of here, make sure you go over to Bermuda Grass Central right now because I have a premiere that's about to pop off in the next couple of minutes. And it's basically my fertilizer schedule, my personal fertilizer schedule. People are asking me what fertilizer should I use, or when should I fertilize, and when should I put it down, or how to put it down. All your questions are answered in this video. I will be live in the chat. Right now, I think I got 6,000 people in my chat. Oh, my bad. That's 6 people. No, I'm sorry.
it.
6 people in my chat room right now. So scooch on over there real quick. We got maybe a minute and a half. Any more questions, lay them down. I will answer it.
All right, guys. We're going to get out of here. Thank you so much. Have a good night. See you over there in BYD's channel.
All right. That's Bermuda Grass Central on YouTube, guys. Get over there. Oh, 7 people. Okay. Somebody listen.
All right. There you
All
go.
right. We'll see you over there in the premiere, and I'll be live in the chat.
All right, guys. Good night.